Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. I'm the Avatar Wolf, and we have week 11 here for our NFL predictions. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we have actual lot predictions to actually talk about tonight. I'm recording this on 11 to 20th. We still have no word on Kyler Murray if he's playing or not. However, good news is we have Big Ben actually playing, so people that took the Steelers because of Big Ben, that will actually count. Kyler Murray, if he it's not going to count if you guys took Arizona. If you guys are taking Seattle, unless Kyler Murray's playing, it will not count. If Kyler Murray does play, it's a game time decision. So yeah. Anyways, here we go. We got the standings right here, right now. And right now, as you guys can see, Potter's still on top, only up by 2 scores here, though. I mean, 96-94 with me, and I had a better week last week as well to get, into 2 points here against Potter. But I mean, it's still a close race between a lot of people. Like, I mean, Andrew and Ty might be out of it, but you never know. Still got a lot of weeks for them to change up their strategy here, picking wise. But Ace has 90, uh, Jeff has 90, 86 for Mark, 87 for Smooth. It's a close race to the finish, ladies and gentlemen, and we're only in week 11, and we have some more weeks to go. So let's get started here with our first game we got to talk about as New England Patriots defeated the Atlanta Falcons 25 to nothing. Sadly, it wasn't 28 to 3 like a lot of people probably predicted for this game. Um, what do I gotta say about this game? I mean, Mac Jones, he played decent. I'm gonna say this about Mac Jones. I don't understand like the full on hype about Mac Jones. I mean, I get the completion percentage and everything like that, but I mean, only 207 yards passing. If anything, I'm more impressed by New England's defense. The way they're giving Mac Jones like great field to actually work with and everything. I mean, New England's defense is no joke. Um, they've been really lighting up teams this year, and they're kind of under the radar as being a decent defense. And Mac Jones is getting all the credit for it in the world, and I really don't understand why. Now I understand Mac Jones is a competent rookie quarterback. I'll say that will not throw the ball over. He's great in the system he's in New England. Belichick really put him in a great system to thrive and succeed off of. And hey, he might turn to Brady if he keeps it up. But right now, as we're talking right now, I just don't see the hype about Mac Jones being like this great quarterback as everyone's saying he is right now. But he is still a rookie. He can actually get there, and the way he's playing, he might actually do that with the Belichick system. Like, don't forget, I mean, people might be like, oh, Brady this, Brady that, the GOAT. Brady, in his first, like, few seasons in New England, he wasn't, like, the best quarterback. That's just being honest with you guys. I mean, he threw some good passes. He kept it a good completion percentage, just like Mac Jones is doing right now. But he wasn't getting the numbers until he got, like, maybe Randy Moss back there and, like, Wes Welker and all of them. He wasn't really getting, like, the numbers as a quarterback compared to nowadays when he got the talent. So yeah, good win for New England. Um, I'll just say this real quickly. I think New England's actually going to be a competitor for the AFC East against the Bills. I think it's going to go down to the wire, and I'll talk more about when those games come around when they actually do instead of talking about them now because we're still in week 11. I mean, we have to wait until like what week 13 or 14 for those games. So yeah. Anyways, up next we got the bye week teams as we have the Broncos and Rams on bye weeks. Did you guys know that the Broncos and Rams are on bye weeks, ladies and gentlemen? I just got a quick question for people about the Rams. Do you guys think OBJ is actually like I don't want to say a star receiver because I don't think that's the right word to ask. But do you guys think that he's actually a competent receiver to where he does not cause problems in the locker room when he's not getting the ball? Now, we've seen it with Cleveland. We've seen it with the New York Giants with Eli. I mean, that's a Hall of Fame quarterback, in my opinion. Eli Manning is. And Odell just had a hissy fit with Manning, how he threw, and I believe he had a fit with with Daniel Jones as well. Is he gonna like actually ruin what the Rams have this season is my question for you guys. Let me know in the comments section because I'm not going to answer that. Um, I don't think it's going to be that bad, but at the same time, if Stafford throws the way he did last week, it might be that bad. That's really if I have to talk about for the bye teams. I mean, Broncos had a tough loss last week to the Eagles. Yeah, okay. I mean, I don't really have nothing to say about the Broncos. I mean, I kind of think they're already out of it, but never know. It's the NFL after all. Anything can happen on any given Sunday. So let's get to the games here. As first game we're going to talk about is the Indianapolis Colts at the Buffalo Bills. Um, Real quickly, the Colts, Carson Wentz. I mean, I think this team is a lot better than what their record shows at being 5-4. Um, this team is actually not a bad team, and I don't think they're a bad team. I really don't. Um, Big wins over their last 5 games. They lost that overtime game to Tennessee, which really hurts them for the division. Oh, they're 5-5. They're not 5-4. I'm sorry, but yeah, like I said, lost their last 5. Won 4 of their last 5. Did the Colts, and they're averaging decent yards. I mean, they're averaging more yards and yards a lot, and they're averaging 376 yards a game. So I don't think the Colts are that bad. I think the rushing gap has been really helping the Indianapolis Colts this season, as well as points per game, 26.8. That's not bad for the Colts. I think they're a lot better than what their record shows at 5-5, and they just started the season off rough with tough games against let me see who they actually faced. I've been saying this for the past few weeks. I mean, Seattle, the Rams, Tennessee, and then Baltimore in Week 5. I mean, those are 4 games that are just tough to win alone. Sadly, they're going into Buffalo to take on the Buffalo Bills, and I think the Buffalo Bills have a lot to prove in this game. They cannot lose a single game going forward for the Buffalo Bills because they got to make sure they win every one of these games before they meet New England, if we're being honest. They got the Colts. Next week, they got the Saints. You guys probably will get a video quickly before Thanksgiving about those 3 games on Thanksgiving. I'll do a quick video about those 3 games, and I'll probably just link the VOD in there for the rest of the picks on Sunday morning's video. But the Bills need to win this game. They're 6-3 right now. They got New England right on their back heels. They need to win this game to keep going forward. I don't see Buffalo losing this game. I see Buffalo actually winning. I'm saying that as a biased Bills fan, by the way, so take that in mind as well. But I don't see this being an easy contest for the Buffalo Bills. I think Jonathan Taylor is going to be a problem. I think Jonathan Taylor is going to be the only problem Buffalo has to actually deal with. And if they stop Jonathan Taylor and force Carson Wentz to actually pass, I think that's when you're going to see the problems in Indianapolis where the Colts cannot actually get the ball moving in the passing game. Like, Michael Pittman Jr. is great. If T.Y. Hilton's actually around still, he's fine too. But Carson Wentz, I just do not believe in. I'm sorry. Wentz, I just do not believe in at all. And I believe more in Jonathan Allen and Stephon Diggs than Carson Wentz. That's just my thought process. So I expect the Bills to win this game. Indy, I don't think you guys are a bad team to say the least or anything like that. I just think that Buffalo is outmatching. Now, Spencer Brown is out for the Buffalo Bills. Tremaine Edmonds is questionable to play. I don't think the O-line is going to matter that much in this game. I don't think Indy has a great rushing attack defense. Also, Darius Leonard's questionable play for the Colts, and Blankenship is actually on the injured reserve. So, key things to note there. But yeah, I'm taking Buffalo over the Indianapolis Colts in Buffalo. Up next, we got the Baltimore Ravens at the Chicago Bears. Now, I've seen people saying that this is going to be an upset alert, upset alert, upset alert. The Bears coming into this game against the Ravens. The people that are saying this, they do not realize that they just lost Khalil Mack. They just lost Khalil Mack, ladies and gentlemen. Khalil Mack's out. He's not playing this game. And Eddie Jackson's questionable to play. Hakeem Hicks is out too. Danny Tremaine is on the injured reserve. Allen Robinson is doubtful to play. Give me Baltimore 100%. Without Khalil Mack, how are they going to stop Lamar Jackson? That's my whole question right now for you guys. How do you stop Lamar Jackson without your best pass rushing linebacker that usually gets to the quarterback? And I mean, Khalil Mack can actually run with could have ran with Lamar Jackson, but now we won't see that actually happen. So I think this is going to be an easy route for Baltimore. I think Baltimore's going to easily win this game. And I think it's going to be not even close. I think the Bears are just going to fall flat on their faces. Plus, I do not trust Matt Nagy with Justin Fields' career. So get him out of Chicago. Let Chicago lose this game so they can get just a little bit closer to letting go of Matt Nagy. Up next, we got the Cleveland Browns at home taking on the Detroit Lions. Detroit. Last week, you had a chance to end the losing streak against the Pittsburgh Steelers, and you guys blew it with a field goal. But you tied. So congratulations, you're not going 0-18 or 0-17. It's just going to be 0-16-1 probably. Give me Cleveland to beat the Lions. I mean, I don't see really who the Lions really have on offense to actually play against this defense that the Browns possess. Myles Garrett could have a field day probably. Jared Goff's not the greatest quarterback in the world. I don't think Baker is either, but Baker at least he can get the job done some nights. Nick Chubb should be back as well. I thought Chubb to have a good day. Yeah, just give me the Browns. Just give me the Browns. And I think the Browns actually have a shot at making the playoffs here, as long as they can beat the Lions. If they lose to the Lions, then there's no shot for Cleveland to make it. And as for the Lions making the playoffs, I think it's long gone for them as well. They're playing for the first round pick, so they're just going to play a tank bowl here in Cleveland and hopefully take another loss and get closer to their goal of being the #1 draft pick for next season. Up next, we have the Houston Texans at the Tennessee Titans. I think Houston's in the same boat as the Detroit Lions. They need to take losses, need to get their #1 draft pick, need to get a draft pick. Tennessee 8-2. They are injured to all hell. But hey, I mean, they might be injured to all hell, but they're winning games, ladies and gentlemen. You cannot take that away from Tennessee. I've seen a lot of Bills fans actually being a little bit salty after the game against Tennessee, and I mean, I kind of am too. I understand what they're saying and everything. I get it. Like they're average in the numbers this season. Like the numbers don't like pop out as being like, oh, this is a dominant team. This is the best team in the AFC. But I mean, they're getting the job done. That's the thing that matters. It doesn't matter what their stats are at the end of the day. They're winning games. They're 8-2 this season for a reason, ladies and gentlemen. We need to take the Tennessee Titans actually seriously this year. Because, I mean, even though their numbers might just be like just not that flashy, like, I mean, I'm looking at the numbers right now, and the defense is allowing 385 yards a game to the offenses. That's not a good sign. But Houston's allowing 400, so that's not a good sign either. But again, still, I mean, Tennessee's 8-2. How can you really criticize what they're doing on offense and defense when they're winning games? They won a close one against New Orleans. They dominated the Rams. I think it's fine in Tennessee right now. I don't think it's actually. I think the weather is fine. So give me Tennessee to beat the Texans. And I do not like Tennessee. I came out to start the season. I said I did not like this team. I did not like their fan base. I still hate their freaking fan base, but I still gotta give them credit for actually being a decent team. And that's what I'm doing. You guys got credit from me that you guys are a decent team. Now, I'm going to keep going with this predictions here and not talk about the Tennessee Titans anymore. Thank you. Up next, we have the Green Bay Packers at the Minnesota Vikings. And this is a game that is going to shock you, ladies and gentlemen. 8-2 Packers taking on the 4-5 Minnesota Vikings. I must say, Minnesota, they've been unlucky this season, and this is going to be a slugfest, ladies and gentlemen. I think this is going to go down to the wire, and I think Green Bay is going to come out victorious against the Minnesota Vikings, only for the fact that Green Bay's had the Minnesota Vikings numbers for years. For years. Um, I just don't see that changing anytime soon. Rodgers leading Green Bay into Minnesota. If Rodgers leaves Green Bay, it could change. But right now, I mean, I can't take Minnesota against the Packers. There's no way in hell. This is like supposed to be the best team in the NFC right now is the Packers. And I do exclamation points because I mean they supposed to be. They did beat Arizona, so I mean there is merit to maybe even being the best team in the NFC. But I don't think Minnesota's not going to give them a fight. I think Minnesota's going to keep it close and down to the wire, and just Aaron Rodgers being Aaron Rodgers, man. All I gotta say about this game. Minnesota. I mean, it's just been a bad season for you in general. Just losing heartbreaks left, right. You should have beat the Dallas Cowboys, to be honest, but you guys lost somehow to them. So take that as you will. I'm taking Green Bay over the Minnesota Vikings. Up next, we got a tank bowl taking place in New York, MetLife Stadium. Oh, I'm sorry, not New York. New Jersey. New Jersey. We should change their names. Not New York Jets, no, they're the New Jersey Nets. Come on. Anyways, it's going to be Miami Dolphins taking on the New York Jets. Joe Flacco starting for the Jets after the performance that the Bills laid on to Mike White. Rest in peace, Mike White's career. He was the best damn quarterback I've ever seen in my life. Um, man, this is gonna be a shit fest. 3-7 Dolphins taking on the 2-7 Jets. I'm taking the Dolphins. Now, I'm taking the Dolphins because I think they have a better defense. I think their defense is actually better than what people actually like see and everything. And I just don't see Joe Flacco having the talent around him to stop a cover zero defense as the Dolphins will bring at him. Um, Josh Allen is really good on the cover zero defense against the Dolphins. That's what he's been dashing them with last year and everything like that. This year, he kind of slowed down a little bit. Didn't really do that much to the Dolphins this year, but still, my point is made. How are the Jets going to actually play against this cover zero defense? I have no idea. I'm taking the Dolphins to win. Even if the Jets defense actually keeps up and stops the Miami Dolphins offense, I just don't see the Jets really scoring that much. I mean, Joe Flacco is Joe Flacco, a veteran quarterback, and like he has some merit to him. But at the end of the day, I just don't see how the Jets are going to keep up with the Dolphins' cover zero defense, this blitz package that the Dolphins usually run. So I'm taking the Miami Dolphins to beat the Jets. Up next with New Orleans Saints going into Philadelphia to take on the Philadelphia Eagles. Jalen Hurts. Last time the Eagles played against the Saints, he actually won the game last season against the Saints, and I believe that was an upset victory as well. He beat Drew Brees, I believe. Well, this week, instead, he's not taking on Drew Brees. He's not taking on Jameis Winston. He's not taking on... Oh, he might be taking on who I'm thinking about, Taysom Hill. This is such a tough game. The Eagles are 0-4 at home this season. And the Saints are not really that good on offense. I'm thinking about taking the Eagles, but at the same time, I mean, the Saints are coming out there with their third string quarterback, right? I mean, I don't think Taysom Hill's playing. If Taysom Hill's playing, then cool, but that's their second string quarterback, right? Um, you know what? I'm gonna go with an upset, in my opinion. I'm taking the Saints. I think the Saints can do it. No Alvin Kamara gonna be playing either in this game as well. Oh, Yeah, no, I can't take the Saints. I'm sorry. No, 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 no. No Alvin Kamara. No Alvin Kamara. I can't take the Saints. I'm taking the Eagles. Now, without Alvin Kamara, I don't see the Saints actually having any offense with the Eagles' defense here. They'll get there here and there. I mean, it's football. You can get offenses sometimes, but I mean, like, who's gonna be playing for the Saints without Alvin Kamara on the field because of COVID? Um, I believe that's the case. Let me check real quick on the injury report. Because I heard something about Alvin Kamara being out because of COVID. Might be thinking of someone else though. There's a lot of injuries on Friday, man. A lot of injuries. That's why I didn't record on Friday because I seen all these injuries coming out. I was like, I need time to think. um, Alvin Kamara. Yep, he's out. Oh, he's not out with COVID. He's out with a knee injury, so he will not be playing against Philadelphia. So yes, Alvin Kamara is not playing. I'm taking the Eagles to beat the Saints. Eagles. I just think the Eagles have a better shot at winning. Not as much injuries as the Saints do. Alvin Kamara's out. I mean, that hurts. You know, that one definitely hurts. Um, yeah, give me the Eagles to beat the Saints. Up next, I got the Carolina Panthers taking on Washington. The return of Super Cam in Carolina. Do you believe the hype, ladies and gentlemen, of Super Cam making his presence known against Ron Rivera and the Washington football team? Washington doesn't have Chase Young anymore. He's out. He's not coming back. Super Cam, I'm taking you the win against the Washington football team, and I got a feeling Super Cam's gonna leave this team to the playoffs, isn't he? I think he's gonna lead him to a wild card spot. Um, I don't think the Panthers' defense is that bad. I think that Sam Darnold was just like not helping him at all. This whole season with this team. I mean, he started off great, and then he just went on a downhill swift. I mean, look at Panthers' last 5 games. They beat Atlanta, and then they beat Arizona in a blowout fashion with the return of Super Cam. But this is a return of Super Cam in Carolina against Ron Rivera. I got to take Cam Newton. I'm taking Cam Newton. I have to. How do I not take Cam Newton? This is like this is the story. Cam Newton comes back. He makes them go to the playoffs, and then people cheer when he gets blown out in the first round, in the wild card round. But I mean, still, he made it to the playoffs. Yay! I might be wrong about that, but I had that feeling. I'm taking Carolina over Washington football team. Go Super Cam. I want to see. I want to see Cam Newton do good. I'm a Bills fan. Last year he was on the Patriots. I mean, I was kind of biased towards that. I didn't want to see it, but at the same time, I love Cam Newton. Cam Newton's great. I like Cam Newton as a quarterback, especially in his early days when he was just the dual threat quarterback. I think he's kind of like he was like Josh Allen was when he was in his prime. He was great. I just couldn't cheer for him in New England, man, because I'm a Bills fan. Can you blame me? But I love Super Cam. I want to see Cam Newton do good back in Carolina. That's all I wish for. If they make the playoffs, I'd be happy. If they get blown out in the first round, I'd still be happy because they made the playoffs and Cam did it. I think this is his last shot, really, in the NFL team of Carolina. Up next, we got the San Francisco 49ers at the Jacksonville Jaguars. I'm sorry, Jacksonville. I'm really sorry. Give me the Niners. Give me the Niners. Um, I don't know really what else to say about this game. Jacksonville should be losing anyways. Get a draft stock pick. They're not in the race or anything. The Niners, if they lose this game, they're out of the race as well. The Niners are better than their 4-5 record, man. It's just been injuries this season, I believe, in my opinion. Like right now, you got Hasty out, Marquise Hunt out, injured reserve, Greenlaw and Tart. I don't know the Niners roster that well to be speaking about injuries, but I have a feeling that the Niners should be better than what they actually are. I believe Bosa's out too. Let me check real quick. You know, Buffalo doesn't have that many injuries this season. That's interesting. Usually their list is like long and wide. I'm looking for San Fran. The Niners, the Niners, the Niners, the Niners. Oh, there they are. D Ford. That's what I'm thinking of. D Ford is out. Injured reserve. I don't see Bosa on here though. Okay, so Bosa's playing still. Okay. But I don't think it matters. Even without Bosa, even if Niners didn't have Bosa, I still think they beat the Jacksonville Jaguars because the Jacksonville Jaguars. Um, so Jacksonville, sorry, taking Niners over the Jaguars. Let's just keep going. This is a game I think is going to be interesting. I think this is going to be a lot of ramification for the playoffs as the 5-4 Cincinnati Bengals going into Las Vegas to take on the 5-4 casino gambling Las Vegas Raiders. This is a game I want everyone to actually watch and look out for because I think this is a game that's going to be. It's going to show if the Raiders can actually come back from their slumps, let's just say. There's a lot of tension in the backstage, in the back for the Raiders after everything that's going on with them. They need to go in there and beat a team like the Bengals to change that hopes around in that locker room. After losing a receiver. I don't want to say his name. You lose a receiver because of him being a freaking idiot. You lose a cornerback because he decided to be a freaking idiot. You lost your coach for reasons. This is a win against a team that is actually competent, like the Cincinnati Bengals are. The Bengals should be competent this season. They're 5-4. They looked great against the Ravens, and then they went on a downhill spiral, I believe, losing their last two games against the Jets and the Browns. The Bengals need this win as well to get back in the hunt as well. These two teams need these wins. This is going to be a fight for an AFC playoff spot. And I'm taking the Bengals to beat the Raiders. Don't hate me, Raider fans. I got a reason for that. It's because everything that went wrong with you guys. If you guys had Ruggs, if you guys had your cornerback and your coach, I can take you guys easily in this game. I just can't do it when you just lost so many pieces this season. And that what happened to your team, it affects mentally all the players on the team as well. It's hard to overcome that. It's a close race in the AFC West. I think it's anyone's ball game. If the Raiders win this game, they're a shoo-in for the playoffs, I think. If the Bengals win this game, I think they're a shoo-in for the playoffs as well as a wild card team. There's 3 spots in the wild card, ladies and gentlemen. Any team can get those. Can get those spots. Believe me, I know. It's gonna be a fun race in the AFC, ladies and gentlemen. And honestly, like if you lose, whoever loses this game is probably out, in my opinion. They're probably in the back of the line and they're gone. But the other team can go on to say that they just eliminated a team that was in the hunt to go and make their name for themselves and make the playoffs here. I'm taking Cincinnati because of all the bullshit the Raiders have gone through. And it's not the Raiders' fault, by the way. This is not the Raiders' fault. It's just bad because that team, I think, was actually decent and looking like a playoff team, and then all this had to happen. If you guys have Hunter Renfrow, start him. He's going to get some good catches tonight for you guys, ladies and gentlemen. But we're going to keep moving on to a game that I think I'm giving the Wolf stamp of approval. The game of the week for me as the 7-2 Dallas Cowboys go into Kansas City, taking on the 6-4 Chiefs. Now, on my notes, I usually have my notes where I actually have my teams picked in highlighted green and highlighted yellow, like everyone else's picks. All I did for this game is I took both teams and I marked them green. Why did I do that? for one reason only. I'm gonna make my official pick in front of the camera because this is a tough game to choose from, ladies and gentlemen. I think the Chiefs are a legit team this year, and I think they've just been, I want to say, just on a small slump, right? Like that loss to the Bills, the loss to the Titans. That Titans loss was really bad, by the way. But the offense is kind of on a slump, and it looks like last week they kind of got going and rolling against the Raiders. It wasn't against a cover two defense, sadly, so we couldn't really see how the offense is going to do against that. The Cowboys, this is a game for both teams to show that they are actually legit. Well, I guess we can say. I think a team this is big for both teams because this game could prove a lot of things for both teams. For the Cowboys, if you can stop Mahomes in a cover two defense, I think and your offense was out there putting up points galore. I know you guys don't have Amari Cooper, but you have Michael Gallup back. I think Gallup is gonna be fine as a replacement for Amari Cooper, especially when you have CeeDee Lamb on the other side of him. And I expect Gallup to actually go off tonight or go off tomorrow or today because this is put up on Sunday. I'm recording on Saturday. This is going up on Sunday. Today, I think Gallup is gonna have a good game. However, if the Cowboys run cover two and Mahomes has an answer for it, that is bad news for the AFC. Because that means the Chiefs' offense is officially back. And I don't know how a defense is going to stop a monster offense like the Kansas City Chiefs. This is tough. This is tough. This is a game that both teams need. Both teams need this win. Cowboys can take a loss here. I understand that, but the Chiefs need this win. They need to keep the AFC West alive, and it's too close in the AFC West. But I mean, this is a big win for Dallas if they win against Kansas City. I think this will shut up their doubters and prove that they are a legit team. And honestly, as long as McCarthy doesn't run something different on defense, and like tries to outcoach Andy Reid, I think Dallas has the upper hand in this game. I'm taking the Cowboys. I'm taking the Cowboys. Yeah, I'm taking the Cowboys. Okay. Dak Prescott. Dak Prescott's a really good quarterback. The Chiefs defense, I don't know what the Chiefs defense even has besides the Honey Badger. The Chiefs defense allow how many yards per game? 383.8 yards average, and they allow 24.1 points a game. Really? Oh, okay. I can see why they've been shutting teams out lately. They haven't been like letting team. The only time they've allowed over 20 points against Tennessee. Okay, all right. However, I mean, wasn't against good offenses. Packers might be a good offense, but that was with Jordan Love under center. So take that as you will. I don't see this game stopping at 20 points for the Cowboys. I see this being like a 40 to 50 point game for both teams. I think the team that actually wins the shootout wins. But it all depends, man. I mean, if Mahomes gets put in front of a cover two defense and does not know what the hell he's doing, I shouldn't even say not know what the hell he's doing. If his receivers aren't catching, that's the problem with Kansas City this year. Is that the receivers haven't been catching. I don't know what's been wrong with the Kansas City's receivers, but they just haven't been catching. And for some reason, whenever there's like the two men, or whenever they're in a cover two defense, Mahomes just cannot have time to throw down the field with that offensive line not helping him. So, yeah. That's been the problem for Kansas City this season, is that they cannot get the home run plays when they're looking for it. I think Dak Prescott has a better offensive line to help him. I think Dak Prescott has better tools around him as well. The Cowboys are on a streak. I mean, they might have lost that game against Denver, but that was just a fluke. They went back last week and completely dominated. They let the Falcons 43-3. Give me the Cowboys to beat the Kansas City Chiefs. I'm taking Dallas. And I am scared to take them, but I'm taking them. I'm going to trust Jeff K. By the Way's team, and we're going to watch as the Cowboys win on Sunday against the Chiefs. Up next with the Arizona Cardinals at the Seattle Seahawks. Kyler Murray is still questionable to play. So I'm taking Arizona regardless. I'm taking Arizona regardless because Kyler Murray might be questionable to play. I think he's going to be fine to play. He's been out for 2 weeks. I think this is his week he comes back and he plays decent against the Seattle Seahawks. I don't expect Russell Wilson to actually have a bad game and a bad performance like last week. I expect Russell Wilson to have a decent game this week. However, I just see that Arizona has more to lose in this game, I guess you can say. I mean, they're 8-2. They lead the NFC West. The Rams are nipping on their heels though at 7-3. It's gonna be a close race for the NFC between those two teams, but I mean, Seattle, I think, is kind of out of it. I think it's time for Seattle to go back in the line and get a draft pick and, you know, go from there. However, you can't expect a team to do that nowadays, especially at 3-6. It's gonna be hard. It's gonna be hard to see how the Seattle Seahawks deal without Chris Carson as well, as he's out for the season. Jamal Adams is actually questionable to play as well. I kind of argue that's probably a good thing for Seattle, but yeah, give me Arizona. I'm taking Arizona over the Seahawks. I don't see this going the way for Seattle this week, and I think Seattle next week actually plays a decent team, an easy team to beat. Oh yeah, they'll get their win back against Washington next week. So yeah, I'm taking Arizona. Don't be surprised if Seattle comes out and shocks everyone and wins. Up next, Monday Night Football, or Sunday Night Football. Sunday night, not Monday night. Pittsburgh goes into Los Angeles to take on the Chargers. Big Ben is officially back. But can the Steelers beat the Chargers without TJ Watt? The Steelers have a big problem on their hands, and that is they cannot stop the run to save their life. You let the Detroit Lions run all over the running defense of the Pittsburgh Steelers, and that was before TJ Watt even got injured. What were you doing, Steelers? This is a game you cannot take lightly for Pittsburgh here, and they're not going to play down to their opponent like they normally do because the Chargers are a decent team, and I think this is going to be a hell of a game. I still have questions and doubts about Herbert in my mind as well. I don't think Herbert is top 5 quarterback material, not even top 10 yet, but he's getting close to that line right there to make the top 10, if you get what I mean. I think this is a game that could probably pop up there for me if he actually does really good in this game against the Steelers. Steelers do have a decent defense, even without TJ Watt, but they have a lot of injuries as well, as I'm looking at it right now. Actually, is Big Ben out? Why is it saying Big Ben's out on the 20th? I thought Ben was playing. Okay, no, he's getting activated. No, he's getting activated. I don't know why ESPN's putting him as out. He's not out. He's playing. Big Ben's playing. ESPN, fix your injury report. Big Ben is playing. That's not true. November 20th. No, this is not true. Big Ben's coming back for this game. I guess maybe because he's not officially out of COVID list until Sunday. I'm guessing. I don't know, but so this is a game where I think it's gonna be Chargers winning against the Steelers because I don't see the Steelers defense really stopping Austin Eckler from running all over the field against them. Herbert's a decent quarterback as well. He's gonna get the job done here and there. He'll get the first downs, but I expect the Chargers to run down the Steelers' defensive throats. Ben's not the quarterback he used to be anymore. I don't see Ben being a factor in this game at all. You gotta give the ball to Najee Harris and let him run, man, if you want to win against this Charger defense. Now the Chargers, they have a good defense. Joey Bosa, Derwin James Jr. I believe is actually playing as well. I don't think he's injured. He might be injured. Who knows? I'm not gonna go look. I already looked for the Steelers, but yeah, give me Chargers over the Steelers. I think the Chargers will just run the ball against the Steelers, and the Steelers will have no answer for it. So yeah, I'm taking the Chargers over the Pittsburgh Steelers. Last game and least Monday Night Football, we go into Tampa Bay as we see the New York Giants take on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Do I even have to talk about this game? Tampa should win this easily. It shouldn't even be a contest against the New York Giants. Brady, man, is just gonna go down the field against Daniel Jones' against the Giants defense, just put points up on the board. This is just a joke of a game, ladies and gentlemen. Eli Manning has to sit there on the Manning show and watch the Giants get absolutely crapped by the Buccaneers. Now, maybe it's close, maybe it stays close, but at the end of the day, I also don't see Tampa Bay losing anytime soon here against a team like the New York Giants. So I'm taking the Bucks. And yeah, I don't even talk that much about that game. That game is just too easy to pick from, you know. Like, what do I say? It's the Giants. Like it's the Buccaneers. It's like okay, is the water wet? Anyways, that's gonna do it for my NFL predictions, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you guys enjoy. If you guys have your own picks and predictions, leave them in the comments. I mean, I would love to see them. If you guys disagree with me on what I had to say tonight, leave it in the comments as well. Don't get very hostile towards me because I have a different opinion than you do. It's all opinion based. Um, I mean, if you have facts to prove your opinion, then please put them in the chat as well. I mean, I'd love to see them. So thank you everyone for watching. I'll be out. Peace.